Hey everybody, my name is Philip and welcome to my shop. So this is the weekly shop update. I started this segment about 3 weeks ago and so far I've only managed to do one. So not off to a great start. The idea of this segment, like I mentioned in that one that I've already done, is to just show you and kind of tell you what's going on in the shop week by week. A lot of times it's not going to be very exciting because it takes me months to build just any one piece just because of the kind of work that goes into the furniture I do. So I will back up a little bit to that first weekly shop update that I've done. That's on my channel, you can watch that one. I mentioned the ash desks that I completed and that were ready for delivery, and the mahogany tables that were also finished and ready for delivery. I did not show any pictures, so I've had a few people say, hey, that sounds great, why can't we see some pictures? Well, again, like I said before, this is not something that comes naturally to me. This is something I'm learning and trying to get better at. So, I'm going to back up, and here it is. We have the mahogany dining table. I'm really excited about this design. I think it came out really well. It's made out of Sipo mahogany. The top is just beautiful. The top's made out of about 3 pieces, I believe. And what makes this piece kind of cool and a little bit different are the legs. So instead of just putting the legs straight at a 90 degree where that apron hits it, so all that joinery would be nice and pretty simple, I made things a little more complicated for myself. I end up splaying the legs out at a 3-degree angle. I really think it kind of just helps give the piece balance and give it grounding, and just, you know, it looks good to me and hopefully to the client. And it definitely complicates things, but I always like a challenge, so I'm real happy with that. One of those tables have already gone out. I made 2 of them. Anytime I have a project that's somewhat simple enough that I can make a couple at a time, I will. I do a lot of shows and stuff, so that's how I manage to build for the show. So anytime a show comes up, I don't stop and build for the actual show. I already have some pieces. In the background here, you can see on the table, it's that same, on my bench, it's that same table. This one is just getting a little once over before it goes into a show. Gonna put some felt pads in the bottom, sign and date it. That's something I forget, so be sure you sign and date your furniture, put your maker's mark on it, it's very important. The shows that are coming up, actually these next 3 weeks, I've got a couple, well 3 shows, but there's one in Wembley coming up next weekend, and there's a couple of shows in Austin coming up. So I'll put some information, hopefully maybe a couple of links to those shows. I'd love for you guys to come down and visit. The other project I mentioned was the ash desks. So these were the miter-fold ash desks. So here it is. It looks pretty good. It came out real clean, pretty simple, just kind of very clean line, very modern. This goes into a studio in Austin, a graphic design studio, and they go back to back. And this design, what makes it a little unique is how it's somewhat modular. The client did not want to be set to one layout. He wanted to be able to move these around. So the wire chase in the middle that connects the 2 together, there's 4 of these in total. There's no fixings, no screws or anything that actually go into the face of the piece. So when he separates these, if he chooses to, you will not see any holes or anything like that. So it made it a little more challenging, but I'm really happy with the way it came out and I think they look great. These go out this week, so I'm just doing the final fit and finish on these. The delivery got a little scheduled, so they've been sitting in my shop for quite some time. So once these guys go out, it's going to be nice. I'm going to have some room back in my shop. And that's that. So that was the first week segment. I mentioned those pieces, so I apologize I did not show any pictures or really talk about it too much. Now, this week in the shop, I'm going back to my rocking chairs. So that's kind of the biggest thing I have going on right now. The deadline is May 24th, I believe. This couple that ordered one of them is expecting a baby, so that's a pretty important deadline for me to meet. So the rocking chairs at the moment, I'm just still in the process of milling. So everything's been roughed out, everything has sat for a little while. I've taken a little bit of a vacation, kind of worked out well. So that stuff is ready to go. So this week it's joining, planing and shaping. So I'll show a little more of that as it progresses. A couple other little things that I've been working, like I said, I've done some shows. I don't typically try to do too much for those shows, but I do have to do some prep work, just getting my trailer set up, getting everything checked, make sure I'm ready to go. Also some smaller things. Usually I have some little cutting boards and boxes and stuff like that. So I'm going to have that, work on that a little bit this week. And I've actually had a chance to work on a vanity cabinet for a very special client. I'll put a picture of that up. It's my wife. She's been waiting 5 years for this vanity cabinet. It's almost completed. It's still got to put the door on. But that's pretty much it for the next week. Upcoming projects, kind of much of the same. Rocking chairs will be gone probably until, like I said, the end of May. Got some other exciting things coming up. I'll mention that once they actually progress a little bit more. And then I'm getting ready for the desk. So I'm ordering the wood for a beautiful executive desk that's on the books. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Come back, and like I said, I will try to get this every week, try to get this segment up. It shouldn't be too long, but just kind of give you an update what's going on in the shop. Have a good one. Thanks.